Hello, good morning and welcome. This segment this morning is going to be focusing on two more of WPC's 24 glide path topics. And this time we're going to dive into digitisation and resilience. With me, as you can see, we have Gordon Donovan, VP Research Procurement, SAP, and David Ray, Chief Product Officer, Procurement Leaders. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Morning.
Gordon, let's start with you and let's dive into digitisation. The whole conversation has changed so much, hasn't it, with Gen AI? How does this impact the way that procurement teams genuinely think?
Well, I think AI and Gen AI, they're probably two slightly different things. So one of the things that the research is telling us is that one of the key drivers of digitization, and digitization top priority for procurement leaders across the world, is both spend analysis but also AI. So not specific to Gen AI, but AI as well. And the things that they're wanting to do with AI is to automate as much as possible in their procurement process, because things just got an awful lot more complex. What Gen AI does and how it's going to change people's mindsets with this is it's going to start to identify insights and suggest strategies. And that's the fundamental difference, I think, between regular AI, which has been around for 10, 15 years, and Gen AI. The trick on Gen AI, and the bit that's going to really decide if people are going to really embrace this, in order for large language models to learn, they need to be exposed to data. And if companies don't expose their data to this large language model, then it's going to learn from the internet. And I don't know if you know this, not everything on the internet is true. So if you want to get real strategic insights, you need to expose your data. And that, I think, is the fundamental change.
Okay, thank you very much. David, let's lean into resilience then with you. You spend so much of your time with procurement leaders, the cream of the community. What are they saying about strategic resilience?
Yeah, I mean, resilience really has become the currency of procurement over the past, 5 to 10 years. Obviously, black swan events like COVID escalated that, really made it become a boardroom issue, and it's on the top three list of priorities for every CPO that I speak to. So the challenge we have again, and Gordon will no doubt back this up, is down to data. And if you have the right data, if you get access to the right data, and you can interrogate it in a smart way, get those predictive and potentially prescriptive insights from that data, then it really can be a competitive advantage. But it's a boardroom issue. More and more procurement are more and more getting called into enterprise risk conversations, not just third-party risk conversations as well. And yeah, it's like I said, it's a competitive advantage now.
And Gordon, what would you say are the key issues in terms of resilience that teams are dealing with?
I think it's twofold. One, I think it's absolutely about getting your hands around all of the spend data, because it's potentially in lots of different platforms, and so you're not knowing where all that spend data is to identify where the potential issues is. I think strategically organizations are seeking, how do we balance resiliency with efficiency? They've been, for everything before the pandemic, it was about let's drive efficiency, which has probably been about reducing supply base and consolidating and lower stocks. And then when the pandemic hit, it was like, oh, well, what we're going to do is we're going to reshore. Well, that takes a long time to build capacity and capability that wasn't there. So what everybody did was buy stock, put inventory in, which killed organizations' cash flow. And so now you're having this rebalance of how do we build an increased resilient supply chain with keeping the efficiency gains of things like just-in-time. And that, I think, is on most organizations' plans.
And David, looking ahead, how much do you think the evolution of tech is going to change the whole procurement function?
I mean, in theory, and I'm sitting with somebody representing a tech organization, so I need to be careful what I say, but in theory, fundamentally, but I think there's a long way to go yet. And I think there's likely going to be a bit of consolidation, but there's a lot of tech players out there focused on this area, focused on the data, focused on trying to solve this. But when you look at the sheer scale of the challenge, when you think about the multi-tier environment, our members and the organizations that we serve are faced with, it's not an easy code to crack. So there's work to be done. I think Gordon will probably...
Gordon, I'm sure you agree. And also, I guess, jobs are going to change quite a lot, aren't they?
I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday and again on Monday. One of the things that AI is going to do is going to automate an awful lot of tasks. An awful lot of tasks that are currently manual. And those tasks are quite transactional. The people who are doing those tasks, those roles are going to be impacted. but you're potentially going to take those to get those roles that are required to be more strategic. So there's a huge skills piece. So yes, I think tech is important, but I also think people are important as well, and the processes. So you talk about people, process, technology. I think orgs, people and process first, and then technology will deliver whatever those strategies are.
Amazing stuff. Well, we've got a massively busy day, so I'm going to let you both go. And thank you very much indeed for your time and expertise this morning. David and Gordon, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you.